A possible breakthrough to end the political crisis in Ukraine. We'll explain what's being done to bring peace.
The identity of the man killed near the border earlier this week has been released. We'll bring you the latest.
Another San Diego police officer is being accused of sexual misconduct, and his wife is speaking out. Brittany Ford will have more.
And it's winter here in San Diego, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the temperatures we're having. I'll let you know if the temps will keep up. Newscene starts right now.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Newscene. I'm Nate Holmes.
And I'm Heidi Alaga. Thanks for joining us.
And in international news, a deal has been reached to end the crisis in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych announced an agreement on his website earlier today. The deal reduces some of the president's power and calls for elections. In a bold move, Ukrainian parliament voted to release the president's rival. That's the former prime minister, who has been in prison for more than 2 years. The terms of the deal, quote, initiate early elections, return to the 2004 version of Ukraine's constitution, and form a government of national trust. It is still left to be seen whether protesters will adhere to the agreement. The European Union says more talks are set for later today. So far, there have been over 100 deaths and hundreds more injured during the country's political crisis.
Earlier this week, President Obama visited Mexico to talk with North American leaders. Obama arrived Wednesday in Toluca to meet with Mexican President and Canadian Prime Minister to focus on updating the North American Free Trade Agreement.
The strength of the relationship between Canada, Mexico, and the United States is not just a matter of government policy. It's not just a matter of legislation.
They promoted trade and pushed ahead more agreements on education and border security.
United States security officials are warning airlines about potential shoe bomb threats. The Department of Homeland Security alerted airlines Wednesday about credible bomb threats on overseas flights entering into the United States. New reports indicate that the threat may be tied to Al-Qaeda. Authorities are not indicating any particular airline, time, or country. Airline passengers should expect to remove their shoes, wait in longer lines, and pass through tighter security measures. The use of X-ray machines, explosive detection swabs on passenger shoes, and pat-downs are among some of the tighter security measures.
SDPD is facing yet another officer under investigation for sexual misconduct. Brittany Ford has the latest live at the headquarters.
I'm here in front of SDPD where yet another police controversy is happening. As of late Wednesday afternoon, Police Chief William Lansdowne came forth and said yet another SDPD officer is facing investigation for possible sexual misconduct involving a woman in his custody. Now, this just came hours after Christopher Haynes, who was the original officer who was facing these charges, resigned from his position from SDPD. Now, multiple police sources have confirmed to us that it has been Donald Moncrief is the latest officer enforcing investigation. Now, his wife wasn't too happy about this. She had something to say on a blog last night saying, quote, "Come on, please, who would throw their career away anyway? Who would throw their career away for a criminal?" Now, Kevin Faulkner, our new mayor, has already said quotes about this as well, saying that ensuring confidence and trust in SDPD is going to be his main priority as soon as he enters office. You know, you guys, this is really interesting. It's really seeming like it's going to be another case where more and more women are coming forward, but we can only hope for the best, and we'll keep you the latest updates on this developing story. Brittany Ford, Newscene.
San Diego Police Chief William Lansdowne is calling for an independent audit to restructure the way they handle sexual misconduct issues, but it could be costly.
And we'll continue to keep an eye out on that report. And the Mexican man shot and killed near Otay Mesa border crossing Tuesday morning has been identified. 41 years old Jesus Flores Cruz was shot when he and two other men suspected of crossing into the United States illegally were confronted by Border Patrol agents just east of the border. According to an unidentified agent, Cruz was ordered to surrender but began throwing rocks, hitting him in the head. The agent responded with gunfire, telling officials that his life was in danger. The incident is being investigated by the San Diego Sheriff's Department.
And almost 500,000 people could lose their jobs if American workers get a minimum wage increase. The Congressional Budget Office released a new analysis of a possible federal minimum wage hike. President Obama wants to raise the minimum wage from $7.25 to $10.10 per hour by 2016. The good news is it would increase earnings for more than 16 million Americans, but budget analysis claim it would cost 500,000 jobs.
And milk prices are going up, but how much will we be paying for a whole gallon of milk? Well, in March, prices are expected to go up as much as 60 cents. This spike has been caused by supply and demand issues affecting the way consumers will have to shop for their dairy products.
The price keeps on going up, and my family goes through a lot of milk.
The California drought has played a part in the domino effect on consumers and dairy product prices. Prices may go up again later in the year and into early 2015.
San Diego residents may be faced with a new way to vote. San Diego County is pushing state legislation that would allow local government to offer an all-vote by mail ballot. Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez says this would directly reduce the cost and potentially expand the turnout of voters. In-person voting would still have to be offered during regular elections.
And His Holiness the Dalai Lama will be visiting Northern California. The spiritual leader will be giving a series of public lectures throughout the Bay Area about compassion, happiness, and business. 5 Napa Valley humanitarians will be honored for their compassionate activities at the sold-out event. After completing his Northern California tour, the Dalai Lama will make his way to Los Angeles and then to Minneapolis.
San Diego's Balboa Park is the country's largest urban cultural park at 1,200 acres, and one of its main attractions is expanding. Joshua Lipton has more.
Among the many museums and architectural triumphs to visit in Balboa Park, the Japanese Friendship Garden and Tea Pavilion remains a cultural symbol linking a lasting friendship between our two nations.
It's part of our culture, and it's the preservation of our culture here in San Diego, and that's what it means to me. It's preserving our culture in San Diego.
The original tea house was built in 1915 for the Panama, California Exposition. It remained there for 40 years as the family of Moto Asakawa maintained the gardens and tea house until 1954, when it was moved to make room for the Children's Zoo. Just a year later, with the help of the San Diego-Yokohama Sister Society and then Mayor Charles C. Dale, plans were rooted to rebuild the tea house and gardens.
I'm standing right now at the Japanese Friendship Garden at the brand new waterfall and stream, which is partially accessible to guests at this time. Behind me, you can see the full-on 11-acre expansion, which is expected to be completed in the year 2015 as a gift to the city of San Diego.
The expansion includes a 300-person pavilion, an amphitheater, new walkways, and more waterfalls and streams to create a unique balance for a Zen-like meditative experience.
We're really enjoying it and kind of really getting into the Zen feeling of it, sitting on a rock over here.
The tea garden, known as a living museum, is already full of bonsai trees, peaceful koi ponds, an interactive tour of the gardens, and will soon include a new tea and herb garden, a 200 cherry tree grove, and a children's garden.
But I can't wait to see the expansion. I can't even imagine what all that's going to be like. I mean, this was big enough.
With photojournalist Maria Souza, I'm Joshua Lipton, Newscene.
The 9th Annual Cherry Blossom Festival is March 1st, and they also offer weekend classes in Japanese culture. For more information, check online at niwa.org.
Hot Pockets are being recalled. We'll tell you what you need to know about one of America's favorite snacks.
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th